We'll continue with another example now using z-scores, and this one is example 2 from your text. Here in this example, it says IQ tests are sometimes used to measure a person's intellectual capacity at a particular point in time. IQ scores are normally distributed with a mean of 100 and a standard deviation of 15. So before we get too far into the question, our data is normally distributed, which means we can handle this question with a z-score. And some of the important information that we were told, that there's a mean of 100 and standard deviation of 15 points. Now remember, back to our bell-shaped curve, that the mean should be in the middle. So our mean will be here. And if we consider deviation points out, that will be one deviation below, one deviation above. And if the standard deviation is 115, then we will be looking at IQ scores of 115, here down to 85, and we'll continue until you went to 2 standard deviations, IQ 130, 3 standard deviations, 145, 2 below, another 15 points below, 70, and then down to 55. And the question asks, if a person's IQ score is 119 on a test, how does this score compare with scores of general population? Now, we can't use the percentages that we know. Within one standard deviation is 34%, 13.5%. Those are not going to apply. So we'll just mark where the 119, or estimate where that should appear, and somewhere right here. So to solve this question now, we have to use our z-scores. So z-scores calculate by taking the score, subtracting the mean, and dividing by the standard deviation. So our score in this point is 119. Subtract the mean, 100, and divide by the standard deviation, 15. Now, working that out, 19 divided by 15, 1.266, repeating. In the last example, we say that we would keep our z-scores to 2 decimal places. So we look here at the third, and it's a 6, so we need to round up. So our z-score is 1.27. And to get our percentage, we have to use our z-score table. And our z-score, remembering, that was 1.26. So 1.2. And we would look across. And here the second digit, 6. So now we have 1.26. And our percentage is 0.8962. Or approximately 90%. So that would mean that a person who had an IQ score of 119 will be greater than by 89.6% of the population. Remember that the bell-shaped curve accounts for 100% of all people. In this case, if it's normally distributed, and our z-score is always from that point we find below.